family really close to Pheau Thai right now, right?
Right,
Which is
okay.
Thai. I'm one of the good guy. I want to do good stuff for Thailand.
And I'm presuming you were born and raised as a Buddhist.
Yes.
You've recently converted to Islam, right?
Yes.
How long ago?
I'm lucky that I close by to Shinnawatra family.
Right.
As much as family, but I'm not in the bloodline.
Yeah.
I like to make friends. I like to give out the knowledge where to go and a good place to visit. So I really want to pass on this information to lots of people.
Today we're going to meet a Thai gentleman, a character by the name of Dann. He has a YouTube channel called Dann Bangkok, D-A-N-N, Bangkok as usual. Details will be down below. He offers quite a unique perspective in that he is Thai, but his channel is in English, so he can often find places that others can't. He spent a number of years in the UK as well. His English is fantastic. He actually used to be a politician for a few years as well. We will discuss that today as well. But today I've driven over to Thonburi. I'm going to start the day, well, we started the day here under a flyover, and I've met with Gary Butler, the roaming cook, and we're here with Dan. We're going to eat some delicious food. We ate some biryani, we ate some satay, had a wonderful time. And then I'm going to follow Dan about, film him a little bit doing what he does best. We're going to go for a really very old community and see a couple of places where they're the last ones left, so to speak. And you'll see Dan in action. He really is a pleasure to be with in these areas because he talks really politely to people. He's obviously a local and people respond to him really well. He chats up all the old ladies, and it's he makes it really easy to walk through these really old neighbourhoods. So every now and then we'll sit down, I'll have a chat with him, I'll ask him a few questions, and hopefully we get to know him a little bit better.
So I'm here today with a good friend of mine, Dan of Dann Bangkok.
Yes.
And in today's episode of A Wander with JB, we're going to chat to this legend here.
Right. Yes, let's go. I'm going to take you to a few places because normally you will be the person who take friends. Right?
Yes, that's right.
But I do it today for you. ตรงนี้เลยนะตรงนี้เราเฉียวๆอย่างเงี้ยนะครับผมตรงสถานีใกล้ๆตลาดเนาะครับผม
I've decided to split this footage into two videos, one of which will be today's video, Wander with JB, which will be more of an interview and getting to know Dan a little bit better. In the next week or so, I'll put a video out of what we actually did today. It would be remiss of me just to include some of that as B-roll footage into this interview. Dan did take me to a really remarkable old community, showed me a few things as well. And we went to a couple of lovely spots. There was a couple of surprises there as well. So I'll put that video out in the next week or two. It really is a special place we went to. But for today, let's chat with Dan. Let's walk and talk.
It's the bowl that's specially made, handicraft made, and I'm
Okay, so as I said a short moment ago, we're here on a wander with JB, but we've been wandering about. We've just stopped because it is so hot. I can't even describe to you how hot it is. So we're here with Dan.
yes.
Now, first of all, let's get to know you a bit, Dan. Let's start from the beginning. So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, a little bit about your early life, that sort of thing.
Okay, as you know, my name is Dan, but I'm not actually from Bangkok. Even my YouTube name is Dan Bangkok. I'm from Chiang Mai. I was born there. Chiang Mai is really, you guys know, it's really beautiful city with the mountain.
Yeah.
So I spent my 12 years there before I moved to Bangkok, and I just spent my time next 6 years in boarding school, one of the biggest boarding school in Thailand, called Assumption Sriracha. I was there for 6 years, and I was in the symphony band. When I finished, my dad shipped me out to UK.
How old were you when you went to the UK?
19.
So when you first went to the UK, I'm presuming you went to college.
Nope. I shifted straight to university.
That's what I mean, sorry, university,
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But let me ask you this first of all, what were the biggest cultural shocks? What were the things that you took time to get used to? Could be food, could be religion, could be everyday life. What shocked you about the UK, do you think?
Well, I think I'm lucky. I'm very adaptive guy.
Okay, that's good.
The only hard thing for me is language. But it only took me 6 months
So
to master it.
Yeah, I think you're being a bit modest there that he's saying that's a hard thing for language. Listen to the way the guy speaks English. Language isn't that hard for him. But I mean, what about food? Did you find the food? Because I remember an old story about the Thai golfer Thong Jai Jai D, and he had a real problem when he went away and played golf. First thing he did was he used to jump off the bed and sleep on the floor because he wasn't used to it from where he grew up. Number two, he used to take a suitcase full of Thai food and snacks. How are you with the food?
I grew up with my family who's on the travel agent. So my dad and mom always has travel agent. They always have the guests, they have the small hotel.
Right, okay.
I meet foreigner and it's always my pressure to speak good English because my dad and mom, they speak good English. When I went to UK, I used to with all the bread, everything that in European style. That's why I say it's easy for me to adapt. I think that's my lucky thing, right?
I think that, I mean, it is a lucky thing because some people find it really difficult. Some people just take to it like a duck to water. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. See, a lot of people, like particularly Americans and maybe French people, they have a real bad view of English food, and they think that maybe UK food or English food is either just a roast dinner or fish and chips. What surprised you about English cuisine? Were you horrified by it, or were there things that you really liked?
I didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
And I heard from lots of people, they say the English food is really rubbish. That's what I heard. But when I actually went there, somehow I like what other Thai friends they don't like. Thai friends, they don't like Dr. Peppers. I do. Okay. Thai friends, they don't like the baked bean. They hate it, and I love it. I don't know why. So in a good way, I like all the English food. The Sunday roast, the proper fish and chip has to be proper one, right? And I couldn't find a good one in Thailand since then. So I like English food.
Okay, so if you want to find a good one, just quickly, if Jom Tien, there's a place called Tinny's Pies. It's Australian owned, and they do a great fish and chips.
Australian
owned, yeah.
Oh, that's strange one, but yeah, I should try that.
We should. Because how long were you in the UK for?
Almost 7 years.
6-7 years, and you lived
in Southampton.
Oh wow, Southampton have just been relegated from the Premier League. Just started mentioning. How did you find Southampton?
I like them. I like the old stadium, and if in terms of football, right, the stadium, the old Dale. I love that.
The Dell was great, yeah.
Yeah, but not the new one, the St. Mary. I like it, but the Dale is really, you know, I went there and it's give a pressure to the whoever come and play. But city itself is new because it has been destroyed, right?
Yeah.
So they rebuilt it. It's really new there. I like it.
And what sort of places did you like visiting? What are your favourite places in that area of England?
You mean in Southampton and in the south?
In the south in general, yeah. Anywhere south of London.
I would say, I don't know if it's my favorite, but every Friday night, my friend from Bournemouth, they would drive to Southampton, took me to Bournemouth and have a party time. So I don't know if that's called favorite. I don't know.
You're in the UK for sort of 6-7 years. I'm presuming you were at uni for what, 3-4?
3-4 years. Actually, I got my gap year. I went to London.
Okay, a little bit busier in London, isn't it? How do you find? Do you find London a bit of a shock compared to Southampton?
Yep. I don't find it so friendly because everyone busy what they're doing.
Mate, you're so right. Most people in England look on London as the unfriendliest place, and they say if someone was on fire, they wouldn't piss on you to put you out. I know that sounds terrible, but in certain parts of the big city, could be similar to Bangkok.
Yeah, it's similar to Bangkok. So I don't say they're unfriendly, but they're less friendly in terms of they have to care about their life.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. It's a lot faster, isn't it? Okay. And when you finished uni, you decided to stay on for a while, and
yeah, I spent a year traveling, but mainly playing football with my friend.
So you like a bit of football, yeah?
Yeah.
My friend will have to do that sometime. I might have just turned 50, but I still love playing football. I mean, I travel around India with the football.
Actually, try to arrange the football match for all YouTubers in Thailand.
Let's do that, but we should do one for over 45s.
yeah.
You can be in the young one, and then I'll be in the old one. But we should definitely do that. I think that would be a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I want to see Gary and Danny run around as well.
Yeah, that could be good. I won't be doing much running. They actually have this thing down in Thonburi called walking football for over 50s.
Yes.
So I might try that.
Oh yes, you can run, I'm sure.
You were in the UK for a number of years. You went to uni. What job did you do after? You stayed for a couple of years working. You said you played a lot of football.
Yes.
But I know that you did some work as well, right?
Well, I was working in just a Thai restaurant for my aunt. Well, actually, I start off with my aunt, but then my aunt promoted me into manager.
Yep.
So I kind of got a really good experience as a waiter in the kitchen as well, and I was the chef assistant. I don't put all the sugar or taste in, but I just kind of cooked it and put it in the plate. So I can do everything in the restaurant. I move on to other place and they just appoint me as manager as well. So that's what I do.
Okay.
But we can't work full time. But I'm here in Thailand. I say it now. I did work full time there.
And did you decide to come back to Thailand, or did your family say you must come back now? You've been there long enough.
No, I wanted to come back.
Yes.
I think every Thai person who's been living abroad want to come back to Thailand, and I have an option because I got the Bournemouth University that accept me to do the master degree.
Yep.
And my dad, he said, go for it. I said, no, I'm going to come back to Thailand. So I came back.
Okay, and what did you go into? Did you go into work or?
Yeah, I came back and I straight into family business, which is the travel agent. And then my dad, he had other business, which is kind of the technology things that he worked with foreigner.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
Right, okay.
ผมช้าเพราะว่าผมเคยเห็นที่เนี่ยแล้วผมจะมา
โอ้คุณทำรุ่นหลังเหินหลอย
ผมจะมาเมื่อสักตอนที่เขาเริ่มเหมือนกับยังมีอยู่สักประมาณ7 ปี Just very easy going guy that I like to travel to the places and I just want to recommend where you should go and see. Just if you are a person that really looking into the local stuff.
Okay.
But if you are the city person, I don't have to recommend any of that. The mall, the shopping, the eatery area that in the high soul place, I don't need to recommend any of that.
Sure.
But I'm coming to the place like this where you want to see the backyard of Bangkok.
Yes.
The real meal with the normal family people, those sort of things. That's what I'm doing.
So Dan, I'm presuming you were born and raised as a Buddhist.
Yes.
You've recently converted to Islam, right?
Yes.
How long ago was that and why, if you don't mind me asking?
3 years. I married with my wife.
Okay.
And she's Muslim, so I changed to Muslim. But the thing is, I don't change just for the sake of the marriage, but I change because I accept it.
Yes.
I accept into Muslim God, and I'm learning my trade. I'm learning the new thing about it now.
Okay. And I'm presuming this is something still quite new to you, but you've thrown yourself in. And were you a big alcohol drinker before?
Yeah.
And now, so you've stopped alcohol, you stopped pork, you stopped...
Kind of stopped.
You've stopped. You're still working on it very hard, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a difficult life choice, but one you've accepted with open arms.
No,
right?
but if this is just personal to me.
Of course.
I drink alcohol when I go with friends, but I don't drink at home.
Okay.
So I rarely drink anything nowadays.
Right. Okay.
And my wife believes that it's the will of the God.
Okay.
As well,
okay.
that I kind of quit it naturally. I don't have to force myself to quit it.
That's a pretty intelligent viewpoint, mate. I like that.
Big first. So it's only one left.
This is bronze, but brass, the sound is not echo. This is brass.
Okay.
The sound is not echo.
Ah, very different.
Yeah, and the price is very different.
I bet it is. Let's do a couple of quick fire questions.
Yes.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Thailand or England?
Thailand.
London or Bangkok?
Bangkok.
Attaboy. For YouTube couples, Danny and Diggy or two mad explorers? He won't answer that.
Danny Dicky.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
sorry, too mad.
Favourite YouTube food channel? Gary Butler or Mark Williams?
Oh, Gary Butler.
CB Media or Paddy Doyle?
Paddy Doyle. 100%.
Attaboy. 3 places that you haven't been to in Bangkok that you'd love to go to?
One for sure, you know about that, Nong Chok.
Yes.
It's we call Ban Nok Krung Thep, which means Bangkok countryside, right?
Yes.
And it's the biggest district in Bangkok.
And the least populated. Yes. Sorry, I like to bang on about Nong Chok. I love the place.
I know
you
you said.
Right, another
The
2 places.
second
What do you
one?
think?
In Bangkok, right?
Yes.
That's another place nearby Rama 8 that used to be famous for the cement and all the raw material that traveled to Thailand in the past. And they were really, really busy back then in a commercial way. But then when the transportation changed, it shifted on the road system.
Yes.
They kind of die out.
So was this like a trading port type thing, like a hub?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I'd like to come and check that out as well, mate.
And the other place that I want to go to in Bangkok, hold on. It's just everywhere that I want to go to.
There's so many.
But I want to go to, but I've been there. It's still in the Bang Rak area. I've been there, but I still want to go and explore more of it because it's not a big area, but there's so many things that you can find in that area.
So would you rather be in the countryside wandering around, or would you rather be in a city, hustle and bustle in general?
Countryside wandering around, but this is just explain why I explore Bangkok, because there's still lots of things that I haven't seen in Bangkok. That's why I'm doing it right now, and I hope to finish everything in a year or two. But my preparation is the countryside, so you see my video come out, visit other provinces once in a while.
So expect Dan Thailand very soon. Once he's finished Bangkok, hopefully you'll do the other province too, man. 3 favourite Thai foods, or more than what are your 3 favourite? 3 favourite foods that people should try when they come here.
All right. One I just went to film with Gary. Khao rat po phat pong curry. It's just the crab with the, I would say dry curry. But it has to be the right way and topped it on the rice.
I should say this without my wife getting angry when she watches this. I showed her that clip, and she was dribbling, literally salivating, which she wanted to eat that so badly. Yeah,
that place is really good.
Okay.
The other 2 dishes that I think people should try. One of them is, it's gonna be sound weird, but it's called ap ong or.
Right.
It's the pork brain.
Okay.
Right. And that's, you can find that in the north of Thailand. It's kind of hor mok, similar to hor mok.
Interesting.
They put that into the leaf and they just grill it.
Okay.
I didn't know, because I was young. I was in north of Thailand. My grandma just fed me that. I said, oh, it's delicious. It's kind of really creamy. 1 second. It's just really creamy and it just tastes delicious with all the herbs. That's the second dish that people should try. I know it sounds scary. Pig brain. But by the way, I used to be Buddhist and now I turned Muslim, so I don't eat pork anymore. The other dish that I think you should try, hold on. Something that I will always go to. Hold on. I was having that. You mean anyone or foreigner who should try?
Anyone.
If it's anyone. I don't know if this is famous, but as I'm northern person, right? The other dishes people knew already, but maybe it is called jin thot.
Okay.
And jin thot is pork. It's just something that you can find in northern area only.
Can I just say, if Dan's wife is watching this, I've asked him specifically for food that he's tried in the past. He's not suggesting that he wants to eat pork in the future. No. Nothing like that. Right. It's a nice big, I think it's a marijuana plant. Okay, well, and in a minute you're going to tell me, I think we'll sit somewhere else. Yeah. We'll sit down in a minute and Dan's going to tell us about his short but very interesting Thai political career. Okay, so for those of us that have watched Dan Bangkok before, will know that he knows his stuff. He knows a lot of different places in and around Thailand, a lot of different places in and around Bangkok, and he loves to show people new things. He's very proud of his city, he's very proud of his country. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to do a couple of things that you don't know about Dan, and today we're going to tell you about Dan the politician.
Okay, yeah.
So you had a political career for a while, right?
Yeah, a few years. And my dad, he just loved it, you know, all the parents want their son to be in a good position. So he put me into politics. I got the position in the parliament, in the commission. But I found out that I'm not belong there. It's not nice to say this, but I think I'm one of the good guy. I want to do good stuff for Thailand, especially I come back from UK, especially I come back from UK, and I got quite a few ideas that Thailand should have this, Thailand should done that. But back then when I think of something, it seemed like it's too advanced for people to accept it. And when I went into the politics, all I can feel is what there has been discussed in the parliament, not in a big parliament, there is a small commission. It's just useless to me. So I don't want to do that thing anymore, I just quit.
And what, do you mind saying what political party you were, or would you rather?
Well, my family really close to Pheau Thai right now, right? Which is Thai Rak Thai. All the parties that have been moved on. You know?
The infamous Thaksin Shinnawatra.
Yeah, Shinnawatra.
Okay, yep.
I'm lucky that I close by to Shinnawatra family.
Right.
As much as a family, but I'm not in the bloodline.
Yep.
But I do work for Democrat. So I got kind of a knowledge of both parties back then when they were the 2 biggest parties in Thailand. But my heart belongs to Pheau Thai, but I work for Democrat. And as a professional, work is work. So that's it.
Okay, and how long did that career last for?
in the parliament when I work in a commission, I think you call that, right? The small commission party. That's 3 years in a position, you know, in a proper position with a name in it. But to be, how do you say this word? Liaison? How you say that word? But to keep in touch with all the politics, because I work as a project manager.
Yes.
In total, almost 10 years, I have to get in touch with these people. And just to work with them is not too bad, but to be in it, I don't feel happy.
Okay, and when you decided to sort of leave politics, what career did you go into from there?
I'm just I was in my position always as project manager for one of the foreign companies, which when they come in Thailand, they try to work on the project. If they not success, they move on, and I always been recommended to take up the position when new company come in.
Okay.
อันนี้ใส่แข็ง
You want it in the ice as well?
ครับเอาครับ
เหมือนกันครับ
ใส่หมดเลยนะ
แค่นี้ครับ
If you could entice somebody or encourage somebody who's never been to Thailand before but they really want to come, what 3 things would you entice them with? Money's not a problem, you could take them anywhere. What would you do, or where would you take them?
3 places. Let's say my friend come here, they've never been here.
Yep.
I take them to the north first.
Okay.
And it will be sound really familiar to all you guys, but I'm gonna take them to Bai and Mae Hong Son area.
Sure.
It's really good. Then definitely Bangkok.
Yes.
But I'm gonna take them to where I think it's best, like this area.
Yes.
You know, the local stuff. And then the third place, definitely the beach. It's quite a few that go around, but if they really come here to get away from the city, get away from all the crazy stuff, I'm gonna take them to Kok Wai.
Interesting. I like that place too. I like that. Do you know what? There's an English word, we don't know how to say it. It's archipelago.
Yeah.
So it means group of islands, but that group of islands near Koh Chang, right?
Yes.
Superb, mate. That's a good
I
choice.
would say it's the best one, but it's just the easiest one.
Yeah.
You can get away. You can just stop thinking of your work, and
Indeed.
you really enjoy the nature around you.
Yeah, I agree with
it's a good
that.
place.
There's a nice vibe there as well. Right then, so 3 places in all of Thailand where you dream of going one day.
All right, haven't been to. One is what's it called? T-Losu Waterfall.
Mate, I want to go there at the end of the... I'm planning to go there this November, and I will go there. Sorry, go on.
Maybe we can go together.
Yes.
Maybe. The other places I haven't been to yet. I know it's going to be south touristy, but yeah, Li Pe.
Okay.
Not just the island, maybe that area,
okay.
or the one that called Kok Gradan, that has just been
Yes.
the best island in the world.
Very beautiful down there, right? Have you been diving before?
Nope.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I can arrange that probably for you.
Thank you.
Right, and the last one.
The other place that I always want to go, Dann province.
Okay.
I haven't been there. I actually been to Dann, but it's just like not a visit. I went there for my cousin's marriage celebration, and I didn't really travel around, but Dann is one of the most scenic place for you to go and see. In terms of the mountain, you will just not believe it. You have to try that.
I'd love to go up there. I'd like to go in general, Nan, Lui, and a few spots up there would be lovely, right? Okay.
This is the Bangbu community.
Just a bit of fun, really, Dan. I'm going to give you a choice. I give you, that's really dark there. I'll give you $3 million today. You can have that. You can do what you want with it, crack on, or you can go back to the age of 8 years of age with all the knowledge you have now in your head. Which will you choose?
Go back 8 years.
Go back to 8 years of age, yeah?
Yeah.
With all the knowledge.
Yes.
And what are you going to become? Are you going to become a superhero, or?
Well, I don't know, but I think I kind of change something. My family and my future going to shifting into a really bright one, because I know what's coming. Let's say all the technologies.
Yes. Well, I think you've got a bright future anyway, mate, so.
Thank you.
Okay, so these are where the trains get to.
ตั้งแต่ประมาณปี2558ครับ2,500เท่าไหร่นะ58ครับ
I thought I'd do this last bit in well, I mean, we might as well film Dan in his natural environment, and he does drive about a lot.
Yes.
to bring you guys some really, really good content. He really does. So Dan, when did you first start thinking about doing YouTube? When did you actually first do it, and why?
I was thinking of doing it, I think 10 years ago or longer than that. So maybe longer than 10 years actually.
Yep.
But then I just keep doing other stuff that I think, I have to work on my income and those sort of things, which take me a long time before I realized that I should have started. Until last year, when I decided I have to do it now, otherwise that's now or never.
And everybody's got a reason for doing YouTube or another. What's your main reason? What drives you?
I start off with the idea that I went back to when I was the owner of travel agency. I always has customers who come in and they always ask me, they want to go somewhere and can you help me arrange it? And yes, I said yes. I work it out, and this is the cost for the guide, this is the cost for private car and those sort of thing, and it's always come out quite high price.
Yes.
Not because I mark up a lot, but that's the high cost of it. So I told them, no, you guys don't have to pay this much. You just go by this, get your taxi to this point, get another car here, train there, bus there, and then you just pay very little, and then you can explore by yourself. And if you want a guide, then you can hire a guide. If you don't want to, just go by yourself. Then I don't make money. I like to make friends. I like to give out the knowledge where to go and a good place to visit. So I decided I really want to pass on this information to lots of people.
Do you know, just talking to you today, what I can actually hear as well, it sounds like you've got an awful lot of pride in where you're from, in your country and in the city too, and I think that maybe drives a little bit why you want to show people as well.
Yes.
You know,
I got a bit of both. You know, I'm born here in Thailand. I went to UK to study, so I got that moral of the better education.
Yes.
I'm not saying Thailand is not good, but
sure,
I got a feeling in a good way that when I come back, I want to do all the good stuff. So I'm a good guy and not a hero. Everything I want to show is where you guys could go and really enjoy. Just don't get scammed and just be happy. That's it. Not just going to the place you get scammed. So I hate that.
absolutely. That's brilliant. So, I mean, I was going to just say to Dan there as well, tell us why you should subscribe, but really, he's done that in today's video with pretty much everything he said. So, of course, as usual, I will put all his details down below. But if you can't be bothered to read that, his YouTube channel is called Dann Bangkok, D-A-N-N Bangkok. And do yourself a favour, subscribe to him today, click the bell so you will get notifications and all of that good stuff. You won't regret it. Thanks very much for watching today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy watching that one, consider watching the next one or going back and watching a few more. Peace. Well, that was a morning well spent with Dann Bangkok. We went around the old community of Bamboo, along a couple of the old klongs, and I think we had a good chat. Nothing too in depth, but hopefully you've got to know him a little bit better. As usual, I'll put in the links in the description, and if you did enjoy that video, consider watching another one.